Hey guys, what's up? It's Karl, and the last Mac to get that M1 treatment update was of course the Mac Mini, and in my previous videos I'm sure you saw I took a look at the MacBook Pro, MacBook Air. This is the trifecta. Apple hit us with so many product releases over the past couple months, but here of course is your first look at the brand new 2020 Mac Mini, and interestingly enough, they also updated their Mac Mini in 2020, so maybe this is their V2 version, I guess. And I wouldn't really classify this as a real upgrade because all we got was an increase in internal storage. There are some big differences. We'll compare them in a bit, but let's get into the box and you can already see this one is in silver compared to the space gray M1 Mac Mini. Here we go. And other than that color difference, the box art remains exactly the same. And if you take a look at the back, you can see that I've got the base model here, which I think will be the most popular. So 8 gigs of RAM and of course a 256 SSD. This does start at $699. And we can see the Mac Mini sitting on top, and I kind of miss the silver coloring. I feel like every product that I've got lately is in space gray. Good old design by California in Apple. And inside we've got user manuals, warranty info, and a big Apple sticker. I cannot remember the last time we've seen something that big. Maybe I haven't looked at a Mac Mini in a while, but I guess that's a big difference from all of the iPhone stickers that I've got lately. And last but not least, a standard charging cable, and that is the unboxing experience. We'll quickly take the Mac Mini, of course, unwrap it. Part off of all of the ports. And quickly taking a look at the ports, you can quickly see we've got power, we've got gigabit, only 2 USB-C ports, HDMI and 2 standard USB ports along with a headphone jack. And of course the Mac Mini labeling on the actual device. And other than that, the form factor, I'm quickly just taking over my older Mac Mini here, is pretty much identical. And interestingly enough, you can still grab the Intel-based Mac Minis and those will come in space gray. So if colorway is a choice, if that's even a thing, maybe that could be a deciding factor. And quickly, there is a bit of a difference in port numbering. On the Intel base, we have a few more USB-C ports. We've got the 4 versus the 2, and that just might be because I have the base level Mac Mini. I'll have to double check that. And for fans of the Mac Mini, or if you've just been eyeing one in general, this is the perfect time to pick one up because the upgrade that came to the one earlier this year, like I mentioned, a bit of a cop-out. It's got the 8th gen Intel Core chipsets. Those haven't been updated since I think 2018, so they're quite dated. And Apple's numbers that they're boasting are pretty strong. 3 times better CPU performance, 6 times better graphics performance. And if there's any indication how, say, the MacBook Air, the MacBook Pro perform, because they've got the same M1 chip, honestly, this is such a big improvement to the Mac Mini, and I think the biggest difference in performance from last gen Intel to, I guess, the current gen M1 chip can be found in this Mac Mini compared to, say, the MacBook Air or the MacBook Pro. And just remember, it starts at a lower price now of $699, and my recommended spec would be the base model if you can spare the extra $200. Increase the memory to 16 gigs, and just like with all Mac Minis, you'll still need to provide your own display, your own keyboard, your own mouse, all the extra peripherals. A lot of people have those already, and I think that's why a lot of people are still eyeing the Mac Mini and why they're so popular. Because it now has USB 4, it can fully support the Pro Display XDR. So let's get these hooked up. I get that this is an overkill setup. Not too many people would have this. The display is in fact more than the Mac Mini itself. Actually, I think it costs double. But in typical Apple fashion, that's what they're kind of showing off in all of their demos. That's no surprise. And we'll of course plug in the provided cable, which I think if you buy on its own is an extra $120. There's no bigger flex than that. That is setting up, choose your look, setting up your Mac, and in a couple seconds, I've got macOS Big Sur up and running on my Mac. Yeah, I kind of just pulled my old iMac keyboard, of course the Magic Mouse. I'd probably switch on over to my MX Master from Logitech, but you can see here, this setup kind of works because the Mac Mini now matches the Pro Display XDR. I'm not too sure if Apple did that on purpose. Probably not the wisest choice to keep it floating here behind, but I think it looks pretty good. I don't think there's any bigger ultimate flex that you can pull for your Mac Mini than having this setup, but here we go. And you can see here with all the updated icons, just like over on the MacBook Air, the MacBook Pro, this does come with macOS Big Sur out of the box, so you get all those additional updates. And in the quick time since I've done this setup, I've already dumped some 4K footage. I'm actually gonna edit this video on this device. The timelines are buttery smooth, and it's so much better than the last gen, which I found bogged down quite a bit under heavy load. This is by far the biggest upgrade coming to the Mac Mini over the past couple years. I would even say close to 5 years now. And even if you have, say, an older MacBook Air, an older MacBook Pro than the last year to two, I honestly wouldn't say it's a must upgrade. That can't be said though for the Mac Mini. This is the best time to buy one right now. The fact that we have the same M1 chipset across all three devices, and considering the Mac Mini starts at only $699, that is some serious value. This will easily handle most things that I think 95% of us will throw at it. The fact that it still has an active cooling system, that's now better than the MacBook Air, which is completely fanless. But I think the Mac Mini deserves the most round of applause or hype this upgrade cycle, just because the older 8th gen Intel chipsets, those haven't been upgraded since 2018. It's as simple as that. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed my review of the Mac Mini. It's a pretty simple one. It's the best time to kind of buy one right now. I know that we've been getting so many Apple products into the studio, but I will try to link them all up this way, so hopefully you guys all check them out. Sub for more content. I do have my gift guide series coming out, I think next week, if I can get those all filmed. So hopefully you guys stay posted. I've got a ton of giveaway goodies coming for you guys. So let's crush the last month and a half of this year. Let's get rid of 2020, and I'll catch the rest of you in one of those next vids. Peace. Into my way of my peace.